As you pass by a large tree, you notice an apple drop in the middle of the group from the top of this tree. And this is not an apple tree. And the apple has a bite taken out of it.
I look up.
Yeah, same.
Looks up.
Everyone stops and looks up, and you see sitting in one of the high branches of this tree, very just casually leaning back against the trunk, his feet up on the branch, looking down, you see a man wearing moderately well-tailored green and tan robes. He's got sort of tannish skin and dark hair, long dark hair that he's got sort of half pulled back in sort of a low kind of ponytail, just sort of like the lowest possible effort he could make to keep his long hair out of his face. And he looks down and he goes, sorry about that. If you could toss it back. And Colony, you recognize this man as Rosewater.
Lute is reaching down for the apple. I'm like, okay.
Who are you exactly, and what are you doing out here?
Pay me no mind. Simply an observer. I'll be on my way.
Well, it's fairly dangerous. If you haven't noticed all of the fey creatures running around.
Colony would interrupt. That's Rosewater. Get ready for trouble.
Oh,
Should
okay.
I not give him
Why?
back
What
the
does
apple?
that mean?
Colony, I'm hurt. I'm truly injured after everything we've been through together. I mean, the friendships, the falling out, the threats of death. Now I see why you would give them that warning.
Tyler has drawn riffraff.
Now, Lute, namesake recognizes riffraff.
Riffraff! That's a heap of trouble.
Not Riffraff. Rosewater.
Present.
Well, Riffraff. Rosewater is maybe Riffraff. Interesting.
Name calling is not necessary. Colony, please.
Riffraff is
How
not
exactly
nature.
do you two... How do you two know each other?
He is a druid of Temple Sky.
Fine. Are you...
He did not.
I am many things. I don't wish to be defined by one allegiance.
He did not like my departure.
Do you have an allegiance with Alvin?
Yes.
Then come down here.
No, I don't see
Let's talk
the
face to face.
I don't see the advantage to me in that.
You don't need to see anything. Come down here.
I mean, we can come up there if you want.
that I would like to see very much.
How far up is he exactly?
Let's say 40 feet.
Okay.
40 feet. 40 feet.
Tyler can climb that in 6 seconds. you might in fact see that.
Oh fucking god, do it,
Oops,
do
for the
it, do it.
future.
Colony, is this someone I should bring down to our level and start a fight, or are we best to leave them be?
Paul's looking over his notes and forgets exactly how much I hate this guy. So one
If he's
second.
without, yeah. If he's with Alvin, he dies.
I think that's probably where Colony's at. I'm just double checking.
Dailu does at least put one boot up on the tree. And
I'm
looks at
sorry.
it consideringly.
I'll remember exactly how I think about him. We feel that almost no one is beyond redemption, but Alphen and Rosewater, they do not fit, or they do not meet this definition. So yeah,
enough.
I would attack.
I am proud as always to defy definition.
Can I, at that, cast a spell?
You can.
I'm going to cast Thorn Whip as a cantrip, and...
One moment. As he sees you attempting to cast a spell, he's going to use his reaction. This is not counterspell. This is something slightly different. Can you give me a saving throw of your own spellcasting ability?
Interesting.
Yes, I believe that's wisdom for druids.
It should be, yes.
Yes.
DC's 15 on this.
Ooh,
Okay.
13.
So the thing that you feel, because you've had a spell counterspelled before in your long life as a druid, this was
Does the mantle of spell resistance do anything? Oh, advantage on saving throws against spells while you wear this cloak. Is that
this is not a spell.
okay?
This is so what you feel as you attempt to cast your spell.
Oh, if he's an ally and he's within 10 feet of me,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Oh.
+3.
Yep. Okay. So you don't get this effect, but you feel it. So you will be able to cast your spell. But what you feel is as if Rosewater, when he reached out his hand to you, it was as if he tried to push the foundation of magic out from underneath you. And you managed to hold on to it.
Yeah, you should. Oh, friend, I didn't like that. You're coming down here with me, and cast Thorn Whip. And if the creature is large or small, I make a melee spell attack, and then if I hit, I get to pull them 10 feet closer to me.
Right, which will bring him to the ground.
19.
That will hit.
You also take 6 piercing damage.
One problem is that the range on Thorn Whip is 30 feet.
Is he farther away from me?
Yes, a moment ago we said he was 40 feet up the tree.
Come over
Oh.
here. Oh, wait.
Shit. I guess I just don't know if I can scramble 10 feet up a tree. Or if we just want to retcon that whole thing, because I cannot. I am a druid now. There's nothing I can do to make my shit.
I think the closest thing we can do to a retcon is we can say that you misjudged the distance. I think that's probably
great. The vine snaps up in front of him. It's like, shit. All right.
We thank you for trying, and well, sorry, unless he does something in yeah.
Well, we're gonna roll initiative. That was an
good, yeah.
aggressive action.
Make sure you select your characters before you roll it.
And wait for the track.
Oh, but we are not here. So remember your relative positions, but we are on a different map.
I don't think this is our relative positions.
Right, because you've been moving around.
I mean, it kind of was when Jared asked, but
Well, we did all come to a stop
Yeah,
around this apple. Like, I assume we're sort of in a cluster.
Yeah, please place yourselves anywhere in this box.
Is the guy in this?
The guy's in that tree. Yeah.
In that. Okay, cool.
Looking, sorry.
Yeah, the
I
desert.
know I made
Tara
it.
would have to be here because he tried.
Oh yeah, here he is. Here's Rosewater. All right, everyone's good. And let's roll initiative.
I miss all of my bullshit that lets me change the numbers immediately.
Yeah.
Orin had a lot of BS.
Orin was incredibly OP.
So, Loot gets to act first.
Okay. In that case, so we'd see them miss. I think she would say, sorry, I'm just, oh, I think I clicked the thing. Well, okay, we'll do that. She says, in a voice that sounds like a chord of two voices speaking over one another. Benumbed by namesake's breath, Wilvermai! And that is a Constitution savings throw. It is a cantrip.
He cannot use the reaction again since he's already used it this round. He rolled a 16.
That fails. He takes 7 cold damage.
Okay.
And in addition, they have disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll they make before the end of their next turn.
Perfect. Anything else on your turn, Loot?
And then Loot will... Who's this standing next to me? I think that's Colony. So Loot will stand behind Colony.
Okay. On Rosewater's turn, you see emerge from the earth rather than from the trees 3 of these creatures that look vaguely like the shape of a large mastiff, but they appear to be made entirely out of moss and sort of damp plant material.
Thinks I hate it.
And so Rosewater says, this really wasn't my plan for how to engage. I'm going to leave you with the Groffs and see you in a few hours. And he wild shapes into a giant eagle.
Ah!
And because no one is currently engaged with him.
Instinctive rage reaction.
Oh.
Shifting into a needle. Alvin!
And that is his wild shape is his action, so he can still move, so he will fly at the giant eagle's speed away, so he can get 80 feet in a turn. So he's just gonna go whoop. So he went north if anyone wants to pursue him, but in a single round he can clear the area. So we're gonna place that with. Can't I? Oh, well, I guess I'll just keep it as Rosewater since I can't rename it. We'll go to Vinaya. The dogs can't quite do anything as they spent their turn emerging.
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality, which I cast on myself. Yeah, healing energy radiates from me in an aura with a 30-foot radius until the spell ends. It moves. The aura moves me, centered on me. I can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura, including myself, to regain 2d6 hit points. I'm going to use my bonus action to do that on myself because I've had the shit kicked out of me today.
Oh yeah, Dailu also looks pretty bad.
Yeah, I'll get, you know, I'll get a.
Just for
guess
everybody's
bonus
reference,
actions.
since
Yeah.
everybody is new here.
Yep.
Dailu looks angry and like she has seen better days.
Yeah. I'll
That is
get
new
to that.
information.
Let's see. I guess let's see. I'm gonna move. Well, let's see. There's one there. Are there 3 in total?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I will move here, and then that's my turn.
Did you move? Oh,
Yes,
yes.
just slightly.
Looks like Tar.
Tar. 3 of them. 2 things that I do. How late in the day are we right now? Is it getting towards like we're gonna be bedding down soon, or is it like noon?
It is. You left at sunrise. It's been 6 hours since sunrise. So yeah, it's around noon.
Okay.
Sorry, it's been 7 hours since sunrise.
What's the feel? That's what I was looking for. 35. Okay, so it's not 60 feet between all of them, but I could get 2 of them. Okay, I'm gonna do the other thing. So you see all of a number of the constellations start to glow on Tar's body, and you see on his chest the form of the Archer constellation, and then it shoots up his arm, and he begins to radiate starlight, and then I'm going to. You see him pull his arms back, and a gleaming bow appears from nowhere, and he fires at you. This one here. Using his starry form. Roll to hit. Ranged spell attack. Let's do. That was damage. That's not what I wanted to do. 13 to hit.
13 will hit.
Okay, it would be 10 damage.
Okay. And it was the one to the east?
This one here.
One to the south. Every direction is east to me. I don't know if we've clarified that. Alright, anything else on...
No, that'll be it. That's bonus action and action.
Alright, Dilute.
Okay, Dilute is gonna bonus action to heal herself. A thing she should have done before. Second wind, which is 1d10 plus 2. So regain 6. Every little bit helps. And then she is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, run down to this one and stab it. With reef roof.
You renamed your sword?
Reproof. I like
13 to hit.
13 hits.
That's
That's a lot of hits.
How do I attack with?
Wait, Scout, you're playing the same character you've been playing for the last, 30 sessions.
I know. Is it this?
Scout's like, I know, and how do I attack with Riffraff?
Wait, hang on. No, that was to hit. Oh.
You click the word riffraff below your roll.
Ah, thank you.
Sorry, I tried it instead of proposing it.
It works for me. That's 32 damage.
Alright, that's a solid hit, and we're going to Colony.
So, you said he was 60 up and then he went 80 away?
40, then 80.
Okay, Colony goes 15, 30. And then yells out, wow, what's his name again? My nemesis?
Rosewater.
Rosewater. Rosewater, you're not getting away so easily! And clouds just begin to form in a huge... Oh wait, don't tell me. No, this is right. Okay, sorry. It's ranged. The range for casting it is 120 feet, but then it says it makes a 60-foot radius around that. So that would end somewhere. Like, I'm basically getting it as far as I can towards Rosewater. So he's kind of on the edge, and it comes out to about, here-ish of clouds. I'm casting Call Lightning.
Okay.
So he's going to... it creates a giant cloud thing. A bolt of lightning strikes down. And each creature in a 5-foot radius makes a dex saving throw. And the DC is 14.
16.
So he makes it half as much on a successful one, so 3d10. So that bird takes 19 damage. This Pokemon rolls, it takes 38.
I thought it was half damage, though.
I'm sorry. Sorry, half that damage. You're right. So if it's Pokemon, they take 19. Otherwise, half that, so 9. They
Cool.
take 9 damage. Sorry.
Cool.
Um.
That is not enough to knock him out of eagle form.
I got you, Paul.
Yeah. Thank you. And sorry, I'm just reading some other stuff. The lightning cloud stays. So this is an ongoing thing. And that's it. Sorry, nothing else. All right, we're good. That's my turn. Oh, I'm sorry. And as a bonus action, because I forgot that's a bonus action. Jared, I might need new tokens for this, or do you just want me to drag more tokens of mine out?
Just make more tokens of yourself, please.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna do a funny thing. You see Colony just, like, I don't know how to describe this. As if it was like he was made of, or they were made of liquid, just like turn into a bunch of rats. Like that just comes from my body. And I'm looking up how many. I think it's 3. Yep. Yes, I got 3 of them, and I think they all need to be right next to each other, right, Jared?
Yes, when they appear,
Okay.
I believe so.
So, right here, here, and here. And I assume since I've already moved, they don't get to move, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, that's my turn. That's it, that's all I can do.
Back to loot.
Okay. How far away is the is Rosewater?
From you?
From Colony's center point.
They flew 80 feet from the tree, and Colony managed to make it about 15 feet further. So from Colony, they are 65 feet further north.
Okay. And does Dailu seem to be struggling with the Mastiff?
I mean, Dailu is struggling with her hit points. She does not currently like it
So
hasn't
Dailu's
attacked
just
her yet,
struggling.
so-
Well,
In general.
if you were to quickly take a look at the fight between Dailu and the Mastiff, they both look like they're in trouble.
Okay. I think that that Loot would look towards them, the one fighting Dailu, and say, "Be rotted by namesake's venom, Gamelrai." And that is a Constitution savings throw.
To which one?
The one fighting Dailu.
Okay. Apologies. 21 saving throw.
All right. They make it. So I think that means nothing happens.
Okay. All right. Anything else on your turn, Loot?
Nope. That's the end for Loot.
All right. So the Mastiffs are coming in. That is definitely not what they're called, but I'm adopting it from you all.
It is a wonderful name.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna say, all right. So this one's gonna go for Bubbles. So it is the
I impose
closest.
disadvantage.
Okay. It is. So the first thing it does is it tries to bite Bubbles. So that's where you impose disadvantage.
Yeah.
That turns a hit into a miss, and unless a 12 hits Bubbles.
Yeah. A 12 does hit Bubbles.
Oh, okay. Well then, Bubbles is gonna take 8 damage, and then the beast is going to swipe its claw and get a 20.
Mm.
I have a reaction. Sorry, I'm still learning
That's
all
okay.
of the weird shit that came with this. You got a 20
Mm-hmm.
and a 12 hit?
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. So Bubbles takes an additional 7 damage.
Okay, Bubbles disappears.
Okay. Black
Okay.
Razor's concrete falls to the floor.
Yeah, I think all of the cloth. I mean, it's wrapped in cloth, so
Yep.
you might
You sh-
assume it's just some
Just
supplies.
your
Yeah,
favorite
Well, it's also-
large rock.
Yeah, well, again, what we saw was a giant rock wrapped in cloth slams on the ground, right? It's like,
Yeah.
boom.
Yep.
All right. This one in the south is doing the same thing to Dailu. So first the bite, which is a 23 to hit
That hits.
for 9 damage, and then the
I'm
claw.
gonna take that.
Huh?
I'm gonna take that.
The claw is a 19 to hit.
Hits.
I'm going to use this now. I'm within 30 feet of Tyler, right?
Yep.
All right. Subtract a d6 from it.
Okay.
Nice.
Subtracting
Cosmic
a
Omen.
subtracting a 2. Does a 17 hit?
Nope.
All right, then that missed. That
Thanks,
saved you
bud.
from that. So then this one, I'm trying to decide would this creature? Let me check its intelligence. Would it try to? Yeah, it would just try to eat the bugs. This is a pretty dumb dog. So it's first going to try to bite the bugs or rats. You said it was rats.
They are rats, yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to eat those easternmost rats and gets a 9. And then in frustration, it swipes its claw. Devin, your keyboard is quite loud.
So sorry, I thought I muted.
Sorry. And gets a critical miss. So this went as well as a dog trying to eat a swarm of rats would go.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, so that's their turn, and we're back to Vinaya.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over here, just be right in its face, and I'm gonna hit it with Vapor Flail. So that's a 25. Let's see, 8 plus 4. I think I'll just hit it again. 15. So, yeah, so 12 for the first hit and 13 for the second hit. And I'll use
Sorry, I
my.
also thought I was muted. That's why I was giving thumbs up.
Oh,
Just-
okay. Yeah.
So
12
it's
and then
25.
13. Yes, and I will use my bonus action to heal Dailu by 2d6
Love
hit
this.
points, which is 7. It's not great, but there you go. That's for you.
Loving it.
Right. On to Tar.
He's going to make sure that I'm within 30 feet of everybody, and I am. And he's going to cast. It's so weird to cast spells without fear.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to clarify something on the dog's turn. That Rosewater continues flying north, so he's now another further 80 feet. Oh, actually, he could double move, so now he's 160 feet further north, which I believe takes him outside of the lightning strike.
Yes, yeah, the lightning strike was just on the edge as it was, so even if he single moved, I think he'd be fine.
Sorry, continue, Devin.
Yeah, no worries. A big burst of starlight is, or bonus action. You see the archer fade away, and a chalice on his abdomen forms, and then he is going to a big burst of light as he casts Mass Cure Wounds at the appropriate level. Mass Cure Wounds. Where do you live?
Life hack for using up all the party spell slots. Get new party members who have all their spell slots.
We just start new characters every day, every session.
I did account for that in considering the party balance moving forward.
So everyone gets 15, and of between Dailu and Vinaya, who looks worse?
Dailu is currently at 25 without the 15 that she just.
Yeah, I'm below that.
Okay, Vinaya is going to also get another. You see the light shines a little bit brighter in your direction, and you get an extra 17 hit points.
God, yes. Thank you. Let me do math.
Amazing.
Okay. Oh, that feels good. I'm no longer absolutely on death's door. Thank you.
You're welcome, and that is my turn.
Dailu's gonna kill this dog. Probably. That's a riffraff. That's non-natural 20. For 28 damage.
That is enough. That dog goes down.
Alright. Dailu's gonna run over to this dog.
Few people know that on Torchline, the saying is, Dailu has every dog's day. It's the...
10, 50, 25 to get here. And dagger. 21 with a little knife.
That's it.
4 whole damage.
Yep. Moving on.
Yep.
Colony.
So Green Swarm is going to try to bite at the dog. Because when the dog bites, the rats bite back. Oh, and sorry, just to clarify, this is a swarm. Each one of these is a swarm of rats, not just a single rat. So there are just tons of rats over here. So the green one's going to try to hit. It's a 25.
That's it.
I'm just going to roll all 3 bites right now. So blue one gets a 13 to hit.
That's it.
Okay, and then the next one gets 15, so 3 hits on the bite. And damage is... so 5 damage, then 6 damage, then 4 damage. And then it gets to attack me as I retreat back to the storm. The swarm.
Swarm. It gets a reaction, that's what you're saying?
Yes, it gets to try to attack of opportunity if it wants.
It will try to bite one of the blue ones, and gets
green was the first to leave.
Oh, then it will try to bite one of those, and gets a 19 to hit on the bite.
That does hit.
So that would be 13, and I think the damage type matters for you as a swarm,
Yes.
so it's piercing damage.
Okay,
So
yeah, it doesn't do quite as much as it thinks it would.
Yep. All right. Anything else?
Yes, I think you said this is a... Oh no, never mind. We're good. That's it.
Are you holding concentration on the storm?
Oh yes, sorry. So I have to roll a con save, right?
Yes.
10 I think is enough, right? It's a DC 10.
It's
10 or half the damage, whichever is lower.
right, and half the
And
damage
already-
was
Whichever is higher.
Whichever's higher, yeah.
Whichever's higher, but already it's how much damage I actually take, right?
Yes.
Which was only like 6. So yeah, DC 10, I make it.
Yep. That is good. All right, we're back to loot.
All right. Loot is going to move over by Tar here, and then which of these 2 mastiffs is looking worse off?
Benias.
Okay. Then she will say again. Be rotted by namesake's venom, Gamelrai. And that is a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, right. That is a 6.
Okay.
So-
So they fail. So they take 6 necrotic damage and they fall prone.
Ooh, all right, they are prone. And it is now their turn, I believe. All right, Rosewater keeps flying away. Dog stands up from prone and tries to bite Vinaya. 13, I assume misses.
It misses.
Claw, 21.
That hits.
Okay, just checking, waiting to see if anyone has a reaction. I've learned my lesson. So you take...
I was muted, but also my attack happens after it.
After damage, okay. So you take 11 damage, and then one other effect, you need to give a DC 15 strength save.
Save, you say?
Strength save, yeah.
Excellent. So, damn. Well, it's 12 because of my +3, but
Okay.
not good enough.
So what happens here is the Groff slams its claw down on Vinaya, and then the claw does not continue the motion through. The stickiness of the plant material immediately embeds on Vinaya's armor and begins creeping all over her.
Wow.
So within seconds, Vinaya's face and upper body are completely engulfed in moss and vines. And Vinaya, you are having trouble breathing in this
Gross.
scenario.
And I just turned into a swarm of rats.
This might just require a roll on my turn, but does this look like a spell happened or not?
No, this appears to be the property of this creature.
Okay, Dailu is getting a sentinel attack. There. 16.
You're
hit.
very quiet.
Let me roll with that in a second.
16 does hit.
That's how much damage it does.
The sneak attack is correct on there?
Yep.
Okay.
It's once per
Once per turn, and you have an ally flanking it, right? So it is still up, but barely. You could your slice almost disconnected the moss arm from Vinaya, but it's barely hanging on.
What I've just determined is that you guys will have to turn me up because I have turned myself up to the max.
All
You
right.
sound normal on my side, so.
Oh, they.
Scott was quiet to me too, Tracy. I just turned
Okay.
them up though.
All right, and this stupid dog runs into the storm, and tries to bite the blue rats.
Excellent.
Misses, and claw is an 18.
That hits.
All right, so this is 10 slashing damage,
It doesn't do quite as much as it thinks it should.
but your rats need to make a DC 15 strength save.
Ruh-roh. Which I think uses the rat save, right?
It does.
Oof.
Ten.
That center swarm of rats is completely engulfed as the dog just slams itself down on top of the rats and is holding it in with like a vine cage trying to hold them down.
Alright, so blue swarm becomes green swarm. Got it.
Moss swarm.
Is this the same looking-ish thing that happened to Vinaya?
Yeah. And we're on to Vinaya. Vinaya, at the start of your turn, you take some damage from not being able to breathe, because inside this moss,
What?
the Moss Man prophecy here.
Inside this moth?
If you take 16 poison damage, what you
Thank
are
you.
experiencing inside is that there are spores coming off of the inside of this thing trying to choke you.
Nasty.
Neat.
You can attempt to escape at the end of your turn without taking an action. So you can take your turn as normal, as you are
And then-
grappled, and then
Okay.
you're gonna get a save at the end of your turn.
Okay. Well, I would like first to use my bonus action to heal Dailu for another 2d6.
Okay.
So that's
Juicy, thank
8 more hit points for Dailu. This thing is around and in my mouth.
Yeah.
You say?
Mhm.
My mouth that my breath weapon comes out of.
That same mouth. Yep.
I would like to use my lightning breath weapon.
Do it.
Did you use that in the last fight?
Oh shit! Did I? I think you're right.
I'm
actually.
gonna rule of cool it. Use it.
Okay. Thank you. Well, I only do 7 damage assuming it fails its saving throw, which may not be a reasonable assumption.
This thing has 2 hit points left. We're gonna rule of cool this thing
Okay.
out of existence. That was a great moment.
Yes.
Um, sorry, Colony's comment.
Don't test me. Reincarnation is a thing in my religion.
Yes, yes.
Vinaya comes back, it's just a completely random, different creature, but it's still Vinaya.
It's just
No.
Vinaya.
None of you were in the campaign I played with Yuhung, where he killed off his characters that he could come back as that character's brother just because he wanted to respec a little bit.
Oh my god.
It was so good.
Nice.
Anyway, next up is Tar.
You're muted, sir.
Thank you. I'm going to cast light on this thing. How far away am I? Too far to finally have to move. Run around the tree. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And cast light. Makes a constitution saving throw against a 16.
Devin, if
And
you
then
take
takes
this away from me, I swear to God.
35 or half.
Got a 14 on its save.
So it takes 35 points of necrotic damage.
It is still up.
If I target a plant creature or a magical plant, it makes a saving throw disadvantage, and the spell deals maximum damage. Is this a plant creature?
It is.
So 64 points of damage.
Well, you're gonna have to calm Paul down because it's dead.
God dang it,
It
Devin.
was attacking my friend.
I thought
My
Tar
friend.
and Colony were supposed to be friends. I didn't. Man.
I
That's
didn't
worse.
realize. I didn't do the math. I was like, oh, it does extra, double. I don't know. Let's look. Oh shit.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna do something cool, but that's fine. I don't need to do something cool.
Where the hell did all those rats come from?
Yeah, we are out of combat. You guys could continue.
You hear the storm rage even harder.
You good in there, my friend?
Who are you talking to?
Colony.
Where is Colony?
Tar gestures to what I assume is the angry maelstrom of rats crawling around his feet right now.
They're just kind of following you around.
Colony.
No,
Cute.
no, what? No, what? No, what? Come on. No. No.
You know, manners. Colony's been nothing but respectful to you.
It's
I
the
would-
rats that have the different names. Each rat has a name, and
All the
These rats?
all the rats kind of happily head this way. They look a lot
They are
happier than they
rats.
did a second ago.
I kneel down and I gently scratch a couple of them behind their ears. I think this is very sweet.
They all kind of like pile on top of each other trying to
Oh
get
my
pets.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hang on a second. Paul, will you go into the ++ channel with me for a
I
moment?
would love to go into the ++ channel.
Okay.
This is where we find out that Paul's health doesn't regen as the rats die.
Oh god.
Now that I've said it out loud, Paul totally would make a temporary fourth character.
when Colony dies or comes back.
Just gonna get down to one lonely, like, Radagast figure or
One-
whatever the
One
mouse.
single rat who gets to live in Vinaya's sleeve or something.
Rat, I guess.
Yeah.
I know that you were an 11th level druid, but you live in my shirt now.
That was the past.
I mean, otherwise I think you'll have trouble keeping up with us when we run.
Fast rat, fast rat. Do you think that Colony could go put their little trap in front of Althen's spawn?
All their traps. All of their traps in front of Alton spawn.
Yes.
One per.
I think Tar would say, I am sorry about your cow, though. It's a shame.
Uh, should she's fine. I will we'll have to summon her again tomorrow. If we stop, I need to pray in order to bring her back.
Welcome back.
All right, continuing on.
Hey, Jared. How much does Black Razor in the concrete weigh?
Yep.
I actually looked
Consequences.
this up
Math.
the other day. The answer is I didn't know exactly the dimensions. Minimum hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, I mean, because Black Razor's a great sword, so it's probably at least like 4 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So say let's say, because you also have to cover the hilt and say 4 cubic feet of concrete.
Sure.
Jesus.
Okay. Googling.
Concrete's heavy.
Yeah. Wait. Cubic? What? This should be easy. It's 150. Okay, it's 150 pounds. A solid slab of concrete weighs 150 pounds per cubic foot. A cubic foot of broken concrete. Does that just mean like crumbled? I don't know. Weighs 75 pounds.
Let's go with that.
So.
All right. And it's oval, not so it's not a full 4 cubic feet. Now let's start shaving it down.
It's like, okay, even I think that's too far.
Let's call it 150 pounds.
150 pounds is within my carrying capacity.
Okay.
So you just see Benaya bend down and scoop up and just sort of like, I don't know, almost like clean and jerk up this big piece of concrete in her arms and then start walking. I mean, not big piece of concrete, big piece of concrete wrapped in cloth, but...
So that's totally fine if you still want to do that.
Yes.
The thing that I typed in, just to make sure you see it, is that the swarms are all kind of like swarming around this piece of concrete.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Get away from that.
Shoo.
They kind of follow wherever it is. Well, this is weird.
Stone?
This is weird, but they can occupy your same space, so one of them is on you as well.
Okay. That's fine.
Tar,
What were you trying to say?
what's with the stone?
It's a long story.
This is my burden to carry.
You have to carry a rock.
Yeah, quite literally, I must carry this, yes.
She's very religious. Is your friend
Right.
Colin? Are you gonna turn? Are they gonna stay rats?
They've always eventually turned back before, or turned away. I'm not certain which phrasing is appropriate.
Neither am I.
Paul, should I take that as trying to get my attention or just swarming around me generally?
I'll describe what happened. I'm trying to update my stuff in live at the same time, but they basically moved when you had said something about are you going to carry that or something like that. One of them moved over towards you, and then the other two are just staying with Vinaya.
Can you give me a signal, friend? Are you staying like this for a wee bit? Is that, or is it? Are you shifted back?
Lute casts speak with animals.
It's wonderful.
But it is a ritual, so you see her flip open her book and like start slowly casting it.
10 minutes later, yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, that's not true. This is at will. So she's able to just cast speak with animals. And she says, Colony? What's happening?
So then this would be only some of you would hear probably the rats chittering or whatever, but only Lute would hear something spoke to us.
What spoke to you?
Yes, but it wasn't you. It was in our minds.
All at once?
Yes.
Loot would speak to specifically to Tar, but like not in a like hidden fashion, just kind of like Colony says that something spoke to them in their minds, all at the same time.
In the rock?
In the rock colony?
It was when I was near it. Either that or one of these two, and he kind of
Get away from the rock.
point at Dailu and Vanaya. I don't know.
All their little tails go.
Yeah, there you go.
I am not approaching your magic rock, but it appears to be speaking to Colony.
What did it say to you, Colony?
Nothing much, but now it won't talk back. It said something about this being interesting. And it talked about my soul. Sorry, our soul.
Loot will
We
say,
apparently only have one.
Loot says, it sounds like the rock mentioned that this is interesting and Colony has one soul.
Alright, now listen, you've been asking all your questions, but your rock is at telling people how many souls they've got and how many they don't, and it's time for you to answer what the fuck's going on here now.
It has very strange ideas about souls.
That's not an answer to anything I said.
Well, how does it feel to not have a question answered? I think this is something all of you should sit with for a moment. Look, the rock is bad. It is Vanaya's burden to carry. Your friend should get away from it.
Yes. The matter is, what dwells in this rock is something that is... I hate to use the word evil, but I do think it's about as close as living beings can get to being evil. I share your mindset that most things are capable of redemption, and I hope that in this case I won't be proven incorrect, but for the time being, everyone else needs to be protected from this.
Do you know why the rock is evil?
It's got kind of a bad personality.
Why are you good?
Well,
Why
I
does
am
Alpin
a
murder?
being that's not a rock being carried by a glowing buffalo that disappeared and apparently pulls the sun. So I get certain affordances that I think the rock doesn't get automatically, and requires a bit more conversation.
The rock has a soul as surely as any of us do.
Cool, that's still bad, but I think we've kind of reached a point here where clearly you're getting uncomfortable, so we'll find out about the rock later. Colony, maybe don't swarm the weird soul rock for a bit, that'd be good.
They've kind of stopped, like, moving around and are just kind of sitting there, chilling.
Oh, good. Well, weird. Alright.
Well, let's keep going. We're wasting time.
Real fast, out of character question if we're gonna head out. Jared, have you looked at Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, and are things from that allowed or no?
I have already started to include parts of it in things that you may or may not encounter as part of this adventure, but if there's something you wish to use, please check with me, because I haven't seen enough of it in enough detail to give a blanket approval.
Okay, I'll send. It's not gonna come up until we get back into combat, so I'm gonna send you a link to a spell, and you can tell me if it's too bullshit.
Okay.
That brings up a perhaps equally bullshit question that I have, which is that the metallic dragonborn race in Fizban's Treasury of Dragons has a way better breath weapon option than the Player's Handbook one, and it's like,
Send it to me after the game. Let's just for this game. I'm not gonna have enough time to pay the attention to it to give it a good evaluation. But yeah, ping me afterwards, and I'll give you a thumbs up or down before the next game.
Cool, thank you.
All right. So at the words, we should get moving. The rumble hits again, and this one almost knocks you off your feet. Like this is enough that you can visibly see things shake, leaves fall from trees. You have a moment where you brace yourself so that you do not fall over.
Is it still coming from ahead of us?
It did seem to. It was like for like a moment, it was like the air was sucked out of the forest from that direction, and then it rushed through you.
Let's go.
Yeah. Going.
Right.
Fast.
Luke casts mage armor.
Okay.
The star form on Tar changes to be that of a dragon, and two wings made of starlight appear out of his back, and he is now flying along next to you.
Benaya has a distinct, I wish I could do that look on her face.
All right, as you continue on, there's going to be another chunk of travel here, so if there's, again, significant conversations the group would have with enough time for it, let me know now, otherwise we'll jump to the next major event.
I'm good, but I do have to know how much time has passed to know if I'm still swarm or not.
Yeah, I will let you know once I know whether or not we're moving ahead. Looks like we're moving ahead.
I have nothing.
All right, cool. So 3 hours pass. So things that fade after 3 hours have passed.
Okay. Oh, I should do the math on the aura of vitality. That's up to a minute, which means I get 10 uses. Well, we were talking for a bit. I don't know.
You can hit the remaining uses that you didn't use in combat. I think you used it 3 times.
Yeah, diluted
yes.
twice, and Benaya.
That's right.
used it
And leave once.
Yeah, so let's get that done now.
Yeah. So that's for me. That's for Dailu. That's for me. That's for Dailu. That's for me. 5. That's
Get 2
for
more.
Dailu. That's for me.
Okay,
Alright.
Dailu regains 20.
Perfect. I didn't count my ups.
Dailu looks much better.
13, 22, 27.
So after 3 hours of travel, it has now been just for those keeping track at home. It has now been 10 hours since you originally left at sunup this morning. You meet up with the tail of Dawn's party. So they have come to a stop, and you can see they're not setting up camp or anything, but they're like taking a moment's rest. And there seems to be quite a bit of nervous conversation happening around the groups.
I want to find Dawn as quickly as possible. I'm probably not listening too closely to anything that's being said, unless it's said directly to me.
It doesn't take you more than a few minutes to find Dawn. She's pretty easy to spot, especially since you see Eldetha, Sharwin, and Bradford with her. The 4 of them are huddled over a map that they've laid down over a fallen log. And they're pointing and marking and discussing as you approach. Is everyone